Hi guys, my name is Georgette Truen. I am the host of Relatives Fight CPS, and I work for attorney Vincent Davis. and I am hoping that you guys out there can share this show with relatives who are not aware of CPS tactics. And I believe yesterday I shared a lot about their strategy to remove your children and your grandkids and your relative away from the children completely. They did literally want you guys to be disregarded. They don't want you guys to have a say so when it comes to court proceedings. And I want every relative out there to understand what I'm about to say. Okay, when CPS, first of all, the law, Attorney Davis states, is that the social workers by law have to place the children with family members. If they don't place the children with, if there is no family, meaning if the father and the parents lost, everybody in their family died. There are best friends, close family friends, godparents, right? Anyone that the parents chooses that is safe for placement is recommended, right? First. Then if there is not any of anything I just mentioned right now, then they would place the children in a foster home. But social workers don't want you guys to know this because their main focus is to put the child in a foster home that will either adopt the child or that will have permanent placement of the child. You, the relatives, needs to intervene immediately. When I say immediately, meaning you need to intervene. You need to be like, I am the aunt, I am the sister, I am the friend, I am the godmother, whatever the case may be. You need to lawyer up. Do not depend on a social worker doing the right thing to place the children with you, even if they give you false hope. Okay? I literally finished talking about an hour ago. I finished talking to an aunt. The aunt said that her niece's TPR is on Thursday next week. TPR. She said that the social worker went to her home and she assessed her home. Everything was great. And after the social worker assessed her home, the social worker told her that she doesn't see any problem with a placement of the child or children. However, I asked her if the social worker asked you to be a foster parent. She said she did before, previously, like months and months ago. She became licensed and all that. Now, she was told today that they found a suitable home for the child. She said, why a suitable home when my home is suitable and that child is family? And you guys approved my home. So she was questioning the social worker. The social worker then told her that it's not in her control, that basically her supervisor told her to do this. And the social worker then said, all I can say to you is I'm trying very hard to do my job. However, she said, I have to follow what my supervisor is telling me or else I will get fired. And guess what happened? She got fired. They sent her another social worker. And this one did get fired because she wrote like literally a lengthy text message to the supervisor that it wasn't right for them to remove the child from the family and from the aunt family member. The social worker then showed that text message to the aunt and the aunt took a screenshot of it, right? Then lo and behold, she received a message from a supervisor telling her that that social worker was fired because she violated the rules. Then she gets another social worker at her home and with the police officer telling her she has to remove the child from her custody because they found a suitable home for the child. um, So I guess I'm sharing this with you guys, the relatives and out there, because often you guys think that the system works and everything is going to be on your side, even if they come and assess your home, even if you got your foster license, all that. If they find a home that wants to adopt, for example, and they have a lot of money, all that, they're going to send that baby to that home. I remember Jennifer Ani was on my show, attorney Jennifer Ani was on my show, and she mentioned that several times. They always aim for adoption because of the incentives is very high. They aim for permanent, also they aim for permanent placement, because guess what? The longer the child is in their custody, remember, permanent placement, but they're still check on the child. They still make sure, I don't know, check in or go, or they say they do, but they don't. Either way, they get money. But the adoption, Jennifer Ani said, attorney Jennifer Ani said, the adoption is way more. That's why everything they do is adoption. Family members, my advice to you guys is do not think it's going to work for you. You have to lawyer up immediately, way before you hear that they're going to lose their parental rights. Because once they lose their parental rights, the aunts and the uncles and the nieces and the big sister and big brother, all that, they also are disconnected from the child or the children. There is no rights for them. If the foster parent becomes chummy with you and tells you that if they adopt the child, they will have you, the parents, go visit the child and be able to see the child and spend time with the child, that's not true. 90% of people I speak with, parents I speak with, after the foster parents adopt the child or the children, they lose contact with the parents permanently. They just want you to agree with them because it makes it easier for the social workers. That's why they are told to chummy with you, so that way they can, be able to coerce you, influence you in a way where it will also help the social workers. All right. They don't like to hear that parents wants to fight for the children. They don't want to hear that you can afford an attorney. They don't want to hear that your aunt and uncle can hire an attorney. They don't want to hear any of that. They just want to get it over with, get the money, right? So they can go party Friday night. That's all they care about. People don't understand that these people have no remorse. So if you, the aunt, uncle, is trying to adopt or trying to get permanent placement, do it. I'm not sure why you guys think they're going to be on your side. It doesn't make any damn sense. But the more I say this, the more I don't know. The aunt I was speaking with today has been following my shows and Mr. Davis's shows and Cynthia Becker's shows, and I'm not understanding how you guys can think that they will not turn against you in a heartbeat. I don't get that part. But um, make sure that you lawyer up to make sure you have placement of that child. And again, you're not dealing with a normal system. You're dealing with a sociopathic, narcissistic system. They don't care about God. All they care about dividing and conquering, and they're very cold individuals. They will literally make you question your reality. Literally make you question your reality. Okay. There was another case. I was parent I was talking to, and it was a three-way call, and I was talking to the uncle who lives in Virginia, and the aunt lives in Canada, and the grandmother, they told me she lives in Wisconsin. There you go. And they said that the social worker said they cannot transfer the children anywhere in the world or anywhere in other states. The children has to be locally in that county. Okay. If the child stays locally in that county, is only for the county to benefit. If your mom or grandpa or whoever lives in Canada, that's another country, by law, Mr. Davis always says, Attorney Davis, I should give him the title attorney. Attorney Davis always says that anywhere in the world you can place that child with family. He never said just the United States. Now, he also always tells everyone the same thing. Give them 25 names of family members or more. You can have 100 names. You can have 200 names. Family members, friends, close friends, godparents, people that you recommend, that you trust to have placement of your children, etc. Your attorney then will have to, if the social workers don't do any of this, which I know they don't, then they're doing cross-examination. Your attorney should be subpoenaing that worker and asking that worker why she didn't call or he didn't call all the names on the list. This is important, you guys. You have to set them up from the beginning, because towards the end, if you did not submit any of that, then you can't appeal what you haven't submitted. Okay? Cannot appeal what you haven't entered into court as evidence. That's why it's important to be behind your attorney, kind of ask your attorney via email, which Attorney Davis always recommends. Ask the attorney via email. Hello, Mr. So-and-so, did you happen to file this, document that we discussed of family names, 25 names of family members and friends for our children to be placed with? Okay, that's very important. Another thing, if you have a relatives that lives outside of the country, meaning in a different country, even if they live in the Philippines, even if they live in China, even if they live in Zimbabwe, doesn't matter. Make sure that Attorney Davis suggested on one of the shows that make sure you ask that family member to, even if they have to fly down to where you are, they have to do it from the beginning. Why? Because that shows determination, and that shows that they want to be part of that child's life. So always ask them, if they can, to travel and to always be present. And if they have to hire an attorney in that local state, then by all means. But make sure that they look for a CPS defense attorney. I say this on every show because oftentimes people, don't hear it in every show, and they think they can just get a family law attorney. It's not a family law matter. It's a state county matter. There's a huge difference. Okay. When the state judges you, they judge you separately. This is why fathers and mothers are fighting, because the state sees the father failed to protect, even if the father didn't live with the mother and they're separated and they have 50-50 custody. So there's a lot involved, a lot involved. And my thing is for family members to please not judge the parents and do not listen to the social worker. And I also spoke with Attorney Davis about this a month ago, and he also told me that it's best when the family members don't even speak to them. It's better to lawyer up to make sure that the placement goes through, because social workers will come with any type of excuse, made up excuse, to stop any type of move. Okay. Any type of placement with family. Now, I asked this to Attorney Davis also one time, and I wrote it down. I asked him if it's okay for the social worker to say that um, the cousin or the older sibling was charged with a petty theft. It was petty theft. That was the question. Petty theft. If you're charged with a petty theft decades ago, meaning you were at Sephora or whatever you did, it should not hinder your placement of the children with you. And here is why. There's a new law. It's called the Nancy Skinner law. That new law prohibits CPS, right? Not allowing the family to have placement if they have felonies that's decade old, or misdemeanors or petty theft. Doesn't matter. If it poses no risk to the children currently, they cannot stop them from having placement of their own family members, right? However, CPS does not disclose the new law to you. So it's called the Nancy Skinner SB 312, I think. But let me get you the link so that way we're on the same page. Okay. Here we go. I am going to send it to you now. Okay. So now you guys should all see it. It's right there. So it says California State Senate voted anonymously today, well, that day, January, approved Senator Nancy Skinner SB 354, which will remove obstacles from children in the foster care system being placed with a relative caregiver who may have a past conviction once the placement has been fully vetted to ensure the child's safety. Okay. This is important for you guys to know, but the social workers don't tell you that. The social workers do not tell you about this new law. And I'm going to tell you when it was passed. I September 10th, 2021. Yeah. So September 10th, 2021. Let me send you the link too, so you guys can look at it yourselves. Here is the link. I just send it to everyone on YouTube, Facebook, and God knows what else. Okay, so here's a link. I send it to everyone. Click on that link when you get a time or when you want to look through it and understand a little bit more about the Nancy Skinner law that helps relatives for relatives placement of their the children. Okay, that's very important. Every call I hear is the social worker telling the parents, because of the grandpa's conviction, 40 years ago, or the uncle conviction or whatever, 18 years ago. But then the uncle works, he's an outstanding member of society. He's working. He's not a risk to anyone, right? He hasn't done anything since that small thing that he did back then, right? Make sure that you know a lot about that law. Make sure you introduce that to your attorney. Make sure that your attorney is aware of that, which they should, and make sure that the attorney implements that law. Okay. But again, without an attorney, you guys cannot do this because they know what they're doing. They're above you when it comes to tactics, because you don't know their tactics. You will never know the enemy's tactics unless you know the enemy very well. Okay. And you guys don't know them. These guys think they're evil. Yes, no problem. They are. But you don't know what they do behind closed doors. So, there was a grandmother that wanted to be on the show, and she couldn't be on the show because her Wi-Fi disconnected like at the last minute yesterday, that was. And she's trying to get it back on again, but she told me she will be watching, and I'm speaking to her right now. I would love to hear your story, and I would love for everyone to know your story because it's very intense. That woman has been fighting for her grandkids for 3 years. She hired, I think she said 5 attorneys. She hired 5 attorneys in the state of Tennessee. 5. I asked her what type of attorneys were they. She told me one was a criminal law attorney because she thought that was a criminal matter. The other ones were family law attorneys, but one of them was criminal law. Apparently, that attorney told her it's a criminal matter, but it's not against her. So why would you why would you even try to represent her? But anyways, she told me she paid him like 3,500, right? And then he came back and asked her for 6,000. Then he wanted more, and whatever. And then the other family law attorneys did the same thing. What happened was they took her case, that she asked them if they can help her with her, grandkids case, and they told her yes. The first one resigned from the case. The second one was not able to be found. The third one um, told her just to do what the social workers say, you know what I mean? Like to stay away for now until they see what's going to happen to the parents' rights. He told her literally to wait until they see what's going to happen to the parents' rights. That's the worst thing family members could do is wait. That's just to mislead you thinking that you have a chance, but you just have to wait. You have to be silent, for a little bit until they see what's going to happen with the parents' rights, which is sad because the parents' rights were terminated. Behind all this, the grandmother's daughter, who was the mother, literally, her and her husband, literally hurt themselves physically. And I don't want to say anything. That's her thing to say if she wants to say it or not. They hurt themselves physically because they lost their children. So she's fighting for 3 years. She had a building, income property, apartment building. That's the only thing she has left. She sold 2 income properties already. And that woman went through hell trying to get placement after CPS told her that everything looks great in the home, she has a chance, all that. It was not true. It's all false. All of it is false. So keep in mind that the longer you wait, the worse it gets. She has sent a letter to the state administrator office. Ryan said, yeah, that is happening to me. My lawyer said, do what the caseworker says. Yeah, I mean, you guys, I'm not making this up. This is true. Yeah, that is happening to me too. See, are you the relative, or are you the parent? If you are, what type of relative? Are you the grandmother? Are you the aunt? Are you the uncle? Let me know, Rihanna. And I'm glad Rihanna is actually sharing this with you guys because it does happen. These people are, God, and I can't emphasize how demonic they are enough. Oftentimes we work with, or we go to school with narcissists or work with them or have them as family or marry them. Either way, any involvement with a narcissist, sociopathic individuals, it depletes your life. It depletes your sanity. It makes you so wanna, I don't know, punch a wall. I think more than punching a wall. Um, their goal is to confuse you, um, put you in a position like you feel like you're in a spider web that you can't escape. They do so much to the parents. I feel it's not about even feeling sorry for the parents. It's like I don't want to say the wrong thing because I want to say something bad, but I don't want to say it. I'm trying to hold myself back. They care nothing about you. They care nothing about your children. They care nothing about you. Ron said, yeah, that is happening. Yeah, I said, did I just read that already? Ellie Walsh said, I don't believe anyone helps you. I was on this live show and was told lies of help that never came. What kind of help are we talking about? The parent. So you're the parent. So did this happen to your mother, father, aunt, uncle? Just let me know. But I do know they do tell the parents that for sure, 100%. And Ali, I haven't forgotten about you. I would love to know who you are. And I'm not sure what you mean by you were on this live show and was told lies of help that never came. What kind of lies are we talking about? Or are you just one of those haters out there? Either way, God bless, man. So yeah, so that's what they do. Um, so we have to keep in mind that we have to educate our family members that they are not their friend, even though they want to pretend they are, and um, keep educating others. Truly, it is happening to me. Ryan, I would love to know more, honey. Is there any way, any way you can maybe call me right now, and maybe I can put you on speaker and you can share what's going on with everyone to see how you can help other relatives and other parents out there. If you would like me to do that, I can give you my cell number right now and you can call me on there. Okay, so it's, I hope you have here, I'll write it down. 626-631-8901. If you got that. Do you see that? The number? It's also on YouTube. Do you see that? Oh, damn, that scared me. Where the hell is my phone? Oh, shit, where's my phone? Oh, here it is. Damn it. Okay, call me again. Sorry. Call me again. Call me again if you're there. Let me see if I can call the number. Phone edge. Here it is. I think that's you. Here we go. It's been forwarded to an automated voice message. Okay, it went to your voicemail. I tried calling you back. Let me try it again. Hello? Hello? Yeah. It's not going through, so call me again, Ryan. If you can. Let's see, it's ringing. Hello. Hello, is this Ryan? Rain. Yeah. Rain, sorry. Rain. Okay, so I'm gonna put you near the speaker and just share with everyone what you're going through. Well, it's been going on 3 years since my kids have been taken away, and I have a lawyer. Lawyer in Wyoming. That's my lawyer. And my lawyer told me to. We can't hear you, honey. Can you speak up? Yeah, the lawyer is telling me do what the caseworker said, and that stuff with what they are saying. They always switch back and forth to the stuff. They were switch what? They're like, oh, these people said this when I talk to the people. Like, I have a therapist. I talked to her. She's like, no, this is what I said. Oh, okay. Okay, so you made a very good point. So let me share something with them first, okay, so they can understand what you just said. So basically, okay. And that's another tactic that the social workers use, okay? They're so demonic, it's so disgusting. Man, they're so fucking demonic. Okay, so what the social workers do, they will go to your therapist. They will say in court, right, under oath, lies. that the therapist said, right? But then they never really brought the therapist under oath to testify to that claim, right? What they're saying, the therapist said, why isn't this therapist subpoenaed to literally be cross-examined other than just taking the word of a scumbag sitting on under oath, spreading lies about the parent? So her therapist told her, is it a he or a she, Rain? She told her that she never disclosed anything to the department, and the department never even subpoenaed her. So, with that being said, to you, the parent, is that they subpoenaed whoever? Not true. And that's why it's important for your attorney to prepare for a trial. Prepare for a trial. But her scumbag attorney that the state assigned her doesn't care. Therefore, that scumbag attorney literally screwed her because he told her to follow whatever guidelines, whatever the social workers tells her to do. That is not right. Not right. So it's very important for the attorneys to prepare for the trial. What else happened, honey?
In April, we are having a continuance hearing on the reunification amended case goals. And we didn't have the advisory hearing.
You didn't have the what hearing, honey?
The advisory hearing.
And what did your attorney say?
Nothing. My attorney found out through subpoenaing the court documents before she got involved, all the way to the first time that the CPS investigator showed up to the judge. They went in front of the judge first time. This was before they took my kids. The judge said, there is no proof and no need to take the kids. And they're like, okay, and then went to the second judge, got the warrant signed with no affidavit attached to it to take my kids. And then this judge was like, okay, the protection hearing came up, was like, okay, rubber stamped it. When the investigator said, there is no evidence to their allegations. They do not have any evidence of the allegation.
What was their allegation, Rain?
That there was medical, educational, and emotional and psychological abuse.
Okay, who reported that? Who reported that to the who reported that to them?
It was after having the fourth kid in the hospital when CPS got involved.
But okay, so the fourth kid you had in the hospital, why did CPS become involved? What happened?
They said that I was, what was it? You left the room and asked the nurse a question, and for some reason that was enough for them to call CPS.
Wait. She left the room. She left you. You left the hospital room.
Yeah.
And where did she go? Where did she go?
To go ask
she could talk to the
lactation nurse.
Yeah, if she could talk to the lactation nurse, because I guess they weren't explaining, because she's had problems with, keeping breast milk, and she was just going to ask her, what things she could do to keep it going. And they said she left the room, but from what I understand, she only went to the door to call somebody in the hallway because her room was close to the nurse's station. So I don't know if they said that was unsafe for the baby, even though it was in its
crib, like that little crib, right? Or that little bed they put the baby in.
Yeah.
You have got to be kidding me. I have never heard this. You're new on this one. This is new to me. So this is why they got involved. That's why the hospital called. This is not drug related or anything like that, or child abuse. This is the mom left the room, the hospital room, to ask a nurse a question because there was some issue. Was it breastfeeding? Is that what I understood? Yeah, she was having problems with her breastfeeding the child, and like the milk was not coming out. So she left. She didn't even leave the room. She's at the door of the room, across the way from the nurse stations, because that's where her room was, and she just asked if she can speak to one of them. And they called CPS because to them that was reason enough to call CPS, that the mother endangered the child, a baby, an infant that was just born, still there in the little, cart that they put the baby in, little station thing. And they're claiming that the mother, at being at the doorstep of her room, asking for help, was dangerous. Okay. That woman has 4 kids. If she was dangerous, I believe the other, 3 kids would die?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm just being maybe sarcastic, but I'm being real at the same time. I mean, how are you going to call CPS because the mom did this? This one is new to me. Rain, I am so thankful you shared this with everybody. And I would like to know, me personally, if you don't want to say the county your case is in for everybody to hear, that's fine. I respect that. But I would like you to text it to me to that number you called me on. If you text me the name of the county, and then
I don't mind telling.
I'm sorry. You
I
can
don't mind telling the county.
go ahead.
It is Clark County, Nevada, in North Las Vegas.
And when did this happen?
Let's see. They took the kids. 2021? No, 2022. March 18th, 2022.
March 18, 2022 is when they took the children. Now, did they adopt the children? Are the children separated?
The children are separated into 2 foster homes.
The children
Fostering home is the oldest child.
Got issues there, but we won't go into it.
We have issues with the foster mother, but we won't get into it right now. That she is with that foster family. They're foster to adopt.
Okay, so the foster family wants to adopt which children?
The oldest one, just the oldest one.
How old is the oldest one?
Almost 10 years old now.
10 years old. Why is the foster parent want to adopt that child if the child doesn't get along with the foster parent?
I couldn't tell you.
Okay, so if the child doesn't get along with the foster parent, is the child being used as what? You guys need to ask these questions. Because the child could be easily the maid service for them. The child could be abused. The child could be used as a punching bag. You don't know. If the child doesn't get along with the foster parent, then there is a question about that.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah, there's a lot going on there.
Clark County is under investigation. I'm reading right now about Clark County. There's a lot of judges that were exposed. There's a lot of social workers that were exposed. You need to literally look into this. Clark County has been under investigation. I can't search the web now, but I forgot the year. I believe it may be 2021. I don't remember, maybe 2020. But you guys can Google it and find out. But Clark County has been under investigation. And in fact, Clark County, there's a case that I know of personally. The daughter, I mean, the mother, the grandmother told me that she was being sex trafficked. And the grandmother had her kids and she reported it to the feds, and she told them that her daughter was kidnapped. The mother of her the children was kidnapped, and they thought the grandmother is just BSing them and that her daughter is a grown woman and blah 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 blah. Anyways, her daughter was sex trafficked, and the one that sex trafficked her was her new boyfriend. Her new boyfriend. He kept drugging her without her knowledge, and then he would use her, sex traffic her, until he finally injected her with drugs that she couldn't handle, and it was horrible, and she died. But before she died, she got a hold of a phone to call her mom and told her mom that they're after her kids, that she overheard her boyfriend talk to other people, and they said that she has two kids with the grandparents, and they want those two kids because they know where they're going to place them. When the grandmother reported that, they literally, CPS went to the grandmother, removed all children, even children from her other daughter. So there's some crap going on in Clark County. Now, these things I'm telling you are not, I mean, I'm not saying I proved it. This is a crying grandparents that were talking to me on the phone, and I'm talking about the paternal and maternal. Okay. And also the paternal mother had, she has cameras in her home, and she said that she was at the kitchen when she called, and she put her on speaker. So the camera, of course, her son helped her save that video. The camera showed the voice of the mother and how terrified she was. And then when she was caught talking to them, she kept screaming because they were dragging her. So this is some intense shit. And people out there don't understand that this exists. This is not just in movies. And I believe they actually do make movies based on real life stories. But they probably don't tell the public that.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah, they do, right? Yep, they do. It's some shit. It's some shit. So this young lady here did nothing wrong other than ask the nurse for help because she was trying to feed the baby and she wasn't producing enough milk. That's it. An infant, by the way, in the hospital. So now I can say I heard it all because this is new to me. Never heard that one before. I've heard worse, but I've just never heard that before. Did anybody in your family um, want, like, got involved where they want to adopt the child or the children? I mean,
No.
did you have anyone in the family, any family members, close family members?
Yeah, at the beginning, her aunt wanted to do it, but they're in a different state, and they didn't want to take the children out of the state.
See, do you guys hear that? I just literally say that at almost every show I make. They don't want the children to go out of state. That's a lie. And I'm not saying the parents are lying. I'm saying the social workers are lying. Because Attorney Davis said it more than 100 times that By law, they have to place the children with family members no matter where the family members are. Okay? That's important. And you guys probably didn't know that. You thought that, and your attorney, what did your attorney say about that? I'm curious.
At the time, we didn't have any, but the judge was pretty much clear that she didn't want to send the kids out of state either. So at that point, I didn't know what to say. I just said that there was family members, and she did agree that there was family members, but she just didn't want to do it. So I didn't know how to force them to go on with what I think it was her aunt said that she would take all of them, or 3 of them, but I mean,
two aunts and 2 uncles, and my grandma willing to have them all visit in her house.
Yeah, that's the problem that we've been having. We haven't had really good representation. So,
Are the children adopted? Are the children adopted? Are the children adopted?
No.
Okay. Is your case closed?
No, it's still ongoing.
When is your next hearing, and what type of hearing is it?
March? No, April? Oh yeah, April. Yeah, the one in March got canceled. Yeah. But yeah, April. And it's to discuss whether they're going to move forward with the termination of parental rights. But I don't think that's going to occur. We've been at this for, a year and a half, and they've been saying the same thing for 6 months. So they're talk, I guess.
No, termination, if they want to, sorry, my work phone is ringing. If they want to do termination of parental rights, believe me, they will do it. But right now they're trying to find a suitable home, meaning whoever had the children or the child they don't want anymore, something probably happened, and that's what's
the one that 3 of our children are with didn't want to keep them, so yeah.
Okay, yeah, but that doesn't mean it's not going to happen. You can't think like that, because they will get their money. One way or another, the social workers will get their money. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Don't assume. Right. Right. Where is the baby at? The infant?
With the other 3 at the same foster home. Of the one that says they don't want to adopt any.
Interesting. Have you guys tried to find a CPS defense attorney in Clark County?
We have, but they all say that not really do a good job, and then the ones that do are a little bit out of our price range.
And what did they quote you? Like, how much are we talking about out of your price range?
$5,000.
5,000?
Yeah.
Yeah. 5,000 is actually very low. When you're fighting state and county, that's why a lot of people don't understand. And a lot of people that I speak with, they always say, oh, that's too high. But what they don't understand, that $5,000 is not going to be enough to even finish that case. Because now there's so much damage done. The attorney has to work double hard, triple hard than you could ever process. Oftentimes when people call us, they say they don't have money and they want the case to be done for free. But what I don't understand is that no one in the world would work for free. Even the court-appointed attorneys get paid for doing nothing, right? But when you hire a CPS defense attorney who's been doing it for 38 years, well, guess what? He or she wants to get paid, right? Because how are they going to keep? Yeah, but people don't understand that there's people that literally sell their homes to get their children back. Because they know the fight is so long and it's not easy. Everybody thinks they have an easy case. Every single person I speak to on the phone, They tell me the same thing, Miss G. My case is so simple. There is nothing simple about these people because they destroyed you guys. And I'm willing, I'm willing to cut my arm if they said anything truthful in their findings about the mom or the father. If correct me if I'm wrong, guys, but what was the reason? What did they have to write something that you said that you didn't say that they lied about?
Well, that's too many to go into because you're correct.
Yeah. See, are you the father?
Yeah.
Yeah. So the father said there's so many lies and that I'm correct about what they do on documents. They falsify reports. Again, I'm going to repeat, they falsify reports. And the supervisor is aware of it. That supervisor, that piece of crap hyena, knows about every false information written down, and oftentimes the supervisors are the one that's implementing the false information to be recorded down on documents. Okay, so I'm asking you guys, and I know there's no price for your child or children. I know a lot of us cannot afford a decent attorney, but this is where your family comes in. Families should be able to participate and not assume the system works. This is why this relatives fight CPS is so important. You guys need to share this with all your relatives and have them listen to this show. Have them call me and ask me questions if they will. You guys cannot just sit down and do nothing. If your family member is in Zimbabwe, have them call me. Shit, have them email me. But you cannot do nothing, and you cannot, family members, think that your kids who are the parents are to blame, first of all. Second of all, they will lie about each and every one of you. So don't assume that they're going to do the right thing. There's nothing right about these people. And social workers know how I feel about them. And I have nothing, nothing. I feel nothing for you other than I seriously, with all my heart, hate not you, but I hate the demons in you. I hate the lies. I hate the manipulation. I hate the provoking parents, traumatizing children, medicating children. So I hate the demons in you, and you guys are full of legions of demons, like literally legions of demons, because only a demon would do this. Only a demon would do this. Only a demon. Demons will do this. And I can actually I'm actually looking right now for an attorney in Clark County that I might know personally. So if you don't mind, can I text you on this number? Maybe text you the name and phone number and tell them that you spoke to Georgette from the law office of Vincent Davis and see what they can do to stop the adoption, and let them know that you don't have that much money, but also talk to your family and friends and see what you can get from each and every one of them. This is important to stop this adoption, guys. You guys listening to me, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm going to text you the name and phone number of the attorney and see what your family members can do while I do that.
Okay.
Okay?
All right. Thank you.
You're very welcome. And thank you for sharing your story with us. All right. Bye, you guys. Okay. So you guys heard everything. So lawyer up. Lawyer up. All right. I'm going to end the shows. I'm in the show right now. So I'm just going to say, have a beautiful day, everyone. Stay positive. Keep praying. And make sure you take care of yourself so that way you can function and be able to stand up and fight this horrible fight. God bless you. Bye bye.